Translation. This is Canto 4, Chapter 6, Text 49. Mighty Lord, you are never bewildered by the formidable influence of the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you are omniscient and should be merciful and compassionate toward those who are bewildered by the same illusory energy and are very much attached to fruitive activities. There is a light here from this picture, but I don't know how to manage this. I think this is one of these lights.
You mean from above?
No, this is even worse now. Yeah. Can you have only some of these, or you have to have all of these ones, the big ones?
I have all
All of them at once. So you either have to turn it off completely.
There are also some lights.
Can you turn on these lights and then turn off these ones? And turn all the side lights, turn on all the side lights? Like those on the wall and those at the top, maybe?
I will see.
Because for those who watch, there is a light goes into their eyes. Oh, this is good. Now it's good. For those on the internet, it's good if it's okay for you here. Yeah, because it's a little dark, but still. But for those on the internet, it's better, I think. So, we are reading the purport now. A Vaishnava is never bewildered by the influence of the external energy because he is engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 7:14, Daivihyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mameva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. My divine energy, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. A Vaishnava should take care of those who are bewildered by this Maya instead of becoming angry with them, because without a Vaishnava's mercy, they have no way to get out of the clutches of Maya. Those who have been condemned by Maya are rescued by the mercy of devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desire trees who can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Those who are under the influence of the illusory energy are attracted to fruitive activities, but a Vaishnava preacher attracts their hearts to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Translation. My dear Lord, you are never bewildered by the formidable influence of the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you are omniscient and should be merciful and compassionate toward those who are bewildered by the same illusory energy and are very much attached to fruitive activities. So, can you wish a better verse for a class than this one and the purport? This is really, really wonderful, and I have not been aware of this verse. I mean, it's 4 Canto, Chapter 6, Text 49. Usually when there is such verse like this one, I somehow save it and use it and read it more often, but I wasn't aware that this verse and purport exists, and it's so beautiful. It deserves to be given class on many, many times. So in one sense, everything is here. Illusory energy, bewilderment by illusory energy, those who are not bewildered and who can help us become liberated from the influence of the illusory energy. Compassion, mercy, preaching is there. And very, very positive conclusion. Srila Prabhupada sometimes criticizes everything, like anything. But here, everything is so positive, even from the material point of view. So instead of, criticizing those who are who are attracted to fruitive activities or who are attracted by the glaring effulgence of the material energy, a Vaishnava preacher, what does he do? He doesn't beat them up, he doesn't kill them, he doesn't criticize them, but he actually attracts their hearts. And this is what Srila Prabhupada has done. He has attracted our hearts by his books, by his preaching, by his compassion, by his care. He has attracted our hearts to Krishna, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we don't know Krishna. Krishna is for us far away, although he is in our heart, but we don't have realization. But we can try to come closer to Srila Prabhupada by understanding his Vani, his instructions, and by following his instructions. And through his instructions, which are also transcendental, we can actually come closer to Krishna by the mercy of a devotee, by the mercy of a pure devotee of Krishna. So people are attracted by fruitive activities and they are bewildered by fruitive activities, they are bewildered by the material energy. And Bhagavad Gita says, Boga Ishvarya Prasaktanam Taya Pahrita Chetasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhir Samado Navidiyate. Those who are bewildered by the glaring effulgence of the material energy, by the offers of enjoyment of the material energy, they don't develop a resolute determination to serve the Lord. So it's like samadhi. They don't attain samadhi. They don't attain full absorption in the Supreme Personality of God, His service. Now, Krishna says, this is my divine energy. Daivihesha gunamaya mamamaya duratya. Duratya means very hard to overcome. So everybody is attracted. So this is one of his energies. And this energy is meant to bewilder those who want to be bewildered, to bewilder those who want to forget the Lord. So only by the mercy of Krishna's devotees, actually, one can get free from the entanglement of the material energy, or from the bondage of the material energy. And Srila Prabhupada's father wanted him to become a servant of Radharani, and we know that Srimati Radharani is in charge of devotee care. So Srila Prabhupada is bringing devotees to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. And so here we see that in this purport, the devotee is mentioned, a Vaishnava, and his compassion is mentioned. And this Vaishnava actually is Srila Prabhupada for us. There is many Vaishnavas, and there is those who are trying to serve him. They also become Vaishnavas, so we are trying to serve him and his bona fide representatives. It says a Vaishnava should take care instead of becoming angry. Sometimes devotees become angry at other people or at other devotees who are maybe slow in advancement, slow in understanding things. Like materially intelligent people usually are impatient. And if somebody understands with his intelligence what's happening, and maybe he has some achievement in devotional service, some results, maybe he has distributed a lot of books or made devotees, then he may become very proud and impatient with others who are slower in their advancement, who are slower in their understanding, and in this way he can make a lot of offenses and fall down. So it's very dangerous. So those who have been condemned by Maya are rescued by the mercy of devotees. Srila Prabhupada said, by the mercy of devotees. By the mercy of devotees. We have a whole army of devotees. We have parampara. We have like hundreds of acharyas, and Srila Prabhupada is one of a representative of a disciplic succession. And Srila Prabhupada always considered himself to be a humble servant of his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. And Srila Prabhupada takes an opportunity in the purport to offer obeisances to all the Vaishnavas who are like desired trees. And they can fulfill everybody's desires. Now you may say, but how, devotees will not fulfill my material desires. So how is it that they are fulfilling everyone's desires? So this is something that we can discuss today in this class together. And I would just want to say a little bit more about the last sentence, and then we can start a discussion, have a discussion for about 15 or 20 minutes. Questions and discussion of these points from the purport and from the verse. It's a simple verse, simple purport, and these two verses that are quoted are very famous. Bhagavad Gita verse and offering obeisances to devotees. So, but still, even though something may be simple, it's not shallow. It's still highly valuable, and we can try to unpack or discuss. So. Yes, so what I wanted to say something about a little bit more, and then we can start discussing, is those who are under the influence of illusory energy are attracted to fruitive activities. So basically this is us. We are still attracted to fruitive activities, and we are still under the influence of the illusory energy. And how can we become liberated? How can we develop a desire to become liberated from the clutches of illusory energy? By being attracted to the Lord, by being attracted to various aspects of Krishna consciousness. And so how does this happen? It happens because Vaishnava preacher attracts people's hearts to Krishna. And how does he do this? We can also discuss. And Srila Prabhupada has attracted our hearts. And so when we get to learn knowledge, we actually share knowledge with people. We tell people what they should do. We tell people about the rules. But maybe we lack care sometimes. We lack care. There is a saying, I don't care how much you know unless or until I know how much you care. So your caring attitude towards people, your compassion towards people can actually help you to deliver the message in a much better way. To deliver the message in a way that people can accept. It will be much easier for people to accept the eternal message of Krishna consciousness or Bhagavad Dharma if the deliverer is a caring person. Yes, the deliverer is a caring person. And he genuinely feels for the compassion, for the suffering, compassionately for the suffering of the people. Srila Prabhupada had that, and people could feel it. Conditioned souls could feel it. Most conditioned souls that got in touch with him, they could feel his compassion. And he would sometimes cry, and he would sometimes thank everyone for helping him in the mission. And he would sometimes cry due to separation from Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada was very emotional also. But not out of material sentiment, it was out of spiritual sentiment and out of compassion. So attracting people's hearts and attracting devotees' hearts to Krishna and to Krishna consciousness is something that is our service. And we cannot attract people to Krishna consciousness or to Krishna if we are not attracted ourselves. This will be practically impossible to do. So we first make sure, we have to make sure that we are attracted, that we have a higher taste, paradrishtva nivartate, that we like Krishna consciousness. Once Srila Prabhupada was asking devotees, why do you chant Hare Krishna? And they would give different answers, because it's Yuga Dharma, because it's not different, the holy name is not different from Krishna, because it's a spiritual sound vibration, it's powerful. Many reasons devotees were giving. And one devotee said, Srila Prabhupada, because I like it. And Srila Prabhupada said, yes, that's it. This is the main thing, because you like it. You cannot give it up. You become addicted. And sometimes devotees say, if I don't chant my rounds, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I feel like lost whole day if I don't finish my rounds. And therefore Srila Prabhupada instructed to finish rounds, and if somebody is so sick that he cannot finish his rounds in one day, then he said next day, don't sleep, don't eat, finish your rounds. It's so important to chant and finish our rounds, prescribed number of rounds. Okay, so now it's 8:15, and I would like to use the next 10 or 15 minutes for discussing this verse, and I would like to hear your thoughts, realizations on this verse. And can we have microphone also so that people on the internet can hear you also talking? So thank you also everyone who is on the internet watching live online. But we will now have a short discussion about this wonderful verse and purport, which I want to save in my collection and never forget it. Yes, you want to say?
Yes.
Your name?
Philip.
Bhakta Philip, okay. Yes.
Thank you for explaining the verse so nicely. And I was thinking the same that you asked like once, when we always repeat that who can fulfill the desire of everyone.
A little closer.
It's mentioned we can fulfill the desire of everyone. So, like, what does that really mean? Because, as you said, material desires, do we fulfill them? Or how is that?
Okay. Anyone wants to comment on this? Prabhu?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, in my case, for example, I came from Argentina, and now I see like the material difference, regarding the temple and everything. And we are living here in Zurich in a huge house in a very expensive neighborhood, in a very expensive city. We have like a 5-star kitchen downstairs, and we're materially, I think we're more than comfortable here, and all it's because of Krishna, and of course the devotees and Vaishnava.
What is your name, please?
Krishna Prasad.
Krishna Prasad. Wow, wonderful. I have been to Buenos Aires some years ago, and had a seminar and some classes and met some devotees. I know some devotees from there, like Mahasundari and Gora Lila, and this Mataji who has a beauty studio, starting with M.
Mathura.
Yeah, Madura?
Mathura.
Mathura Mandala? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, Mathura Mandala, okay. Okay, so you want to say that even materially we are very well off here, so in that sense our material needs are taken care of. Yeah, that's true. Anybody else want to comment on the material desires? Material, yes?
I see for sure, like, when you try to practice bhakti, then also your, how to say, I don't know which verse it is, but Krishna says, there is no loss. Like, you get all the fruits, no problem. You don't have to focus on them. You just practice bhakti and everything. But if we say, like, the devotee is a desire who fulfills all the desires, like, how do we fulfill the desire of everyone out there that was
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Because like I once heard, I don't know who said it, like sometimes like Krishna fulfills all the desires of our hearts, even the material ones. He fulfills.
Yeah.
So we are the servants of Krishna, and sometimes we even take over this role, like we fulfill material desires in kind of the service of Krishna. But I thought this quite how to say dangerous approach, not because then we can go and like in Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami calls it how to say when we gratify the senses of others is also sense gratification. So like how does it fit together? We fulfill the desire of everyone and at the same time we don't, because it's how to say expanded sense gratification in that
Mhm.
sense.
So I can share with you my understanding. So we have an example of Dhruva Maharaj, who was following the instructions of his guru how to fulfill his desire to have a planet bigger than his father's, even than his grandfather's, which was Lord Brahma. And his desire was fulfilled by following the instructions of Narada Muni. And he was worshipping the Lord actually. So if you interview devotees, if you speak to devotees, you can see that many of them, including myself, will say that actually Krishna has fulfilled, or he is fulfilling also even material desires, but in a way that is not degrading. That's the difference. In a way that is not degrading. So we might have different material desires, and we want to fulfill them in a like usual way that we have been trying to fulfill, and we thought it makes us happy. And it is also said, Harishyetalam nam shanai, Harishyetalam shanai. It means Krishna takes away all your material possessions. So how can we understand these contradictory verses? Ultimately, we want to be happy, and if Krishna consciousness makes you actually happy, Krishna consciousness makes you completely fulfilled and happy, and in this way your desire to be happy is fulfilled, even if certain specific desires are not fulfilled. You forget about them in one sense. And Dhruva Maharaj had this realization: I was looking for broken glass, but I got to the most valuable jewel. So now you may say, but still, maybe there is some little tinge left of desire for certain type of sense gratification. And we have example of extremely exalted personalities like Kantama Muni and Devahuti, and they also had still some desires. Of course, I mean, she had a desire to have a god as her son, so that's an amazing desire. But still, they had he created a mansion, he created amazing material opulence, and they were enjoying, I don't know for how many years. But at the same time, they were, highly Krishna conscious, and they attained perfection. And also, Kapila Dev was teaching her mother, and she was learning from him. After having this enjoyment, so we have these examples where devotees still have some desires and they are fulfilled in certain ways, but they still attain perfection. They still attain perfection at the end. And they realize that fulfillment of these desires will not make them happy. So this desire to enjoy the world is very deeply rooted in our heart. It's not easy to root it out so quickly. It will take time. And sometimes we have to see it. There is, like we heard about, like there is regulated sense gratification. So we have a desire to eat. And Krishna says, eat as much as you want. But eat Krishna Prasada. Don't eat anything. Eat Krishna Prasada, yeah. You want nice music, nice sound. chant as much as you like, sing as much as you like, but sing spiritual songs and enjoy it. Actually, we sing for Krishna's pleasure, but the byproduct of Krishna's pleasure is our pleasure. And we are also learning on parallel lines this idea that we are actually secondary enjoyer. All the conditioned souls, they try to be a primary enjoyer, to enjoy by enjoying themselves. But we are learning in Bhakti Yoga that we enjoy by giving the Lord enjoyment. Like mother is enjoying by giving her child enjoyment. She is more enjoying more than enjoying directly herself. So to understand this point about being a secondary enjoying is very, I think, very important and very powerful. So these are some of my reflections. Maybe there is better explanations, but you know, if you fulfill your desires in a sinful way, that entangles you. This is God's law. It entangles you in the material body, bodily conception, in the material world. So Krishna, he can do anything, so he can fulfill your desires in a way that is not degrading for you, that is not detrimental. And therefore also in the Vedas, there is a lot of descriptions how to go gradually and how to fulfill different desires by worshipping the demigods, by worshipping the Lord. And it is said in the second canto, you remember maybe that verse, Akama sarva kama va, moksha kama udaradi, tivrena bhakti yogena, yajeta purusham param. Whether you have no material desires, whether you have all material desires, whether you want moksha or liberation, engage in intense devotional service. Tivrena bhakti yogena, intense devotional service. And yajeta purusham param, worship Paramapurusha, worship Paramapurusha, worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage in devotional service. So, and then how it will be, we will see how it will be fulfilled. And also, we also consciously want to stop desiring these things. I mean, you can choose what you desire. Devotees approach me in a session and they say, I don't know what I want. And I tell them, well, you can choose what you want. There are some options you can choose. You cannot live without wanting anything. I mean, you're not like a Buddhist. They also have a desire to not desire anything. This also desire. So, if we look at that verse, then we see that the path to fulfilling desires is again devotional service and worshipping the Lord in one way or the other. So we should not worry that we will still have unfulfilled desires. Like people are dreaming of family life, and yes.
I have to go to the kitchen now.
Okay.
I listen from that.
Okay. People are dreaming of family life. We will finish soon, actually. And then, when they have once they have family life, they understand what it is, and they become detached, or they Krishnaize it. So like this. Okay, thank you for your question. Yes, so these are some of my thoughts on your question, and it's an interesting topic, and we can do research in the scriptures about this. Like in Vanipedia, I think there is a category called desires, so we can see what is said there, and get broader insight into understanding the fulfillment of desires. All this verse, Vanchakalpatarobhyascha, desire, that devotees are like a desire tree and fulfill all desires of everyone. So it needs, I think, deeper discussion. Okay, anything else? Any other question or comment about this verse and purport, or anything else in relation to Krishna consciousness? Let me see. I don't know if I can receive the comment or a question here. I don't know if I can receive a comment. question through the comment, because I have seen that devotees have received, but I don't know if they were alive or something.
There's another chat.
Oh, okay. Ah, yes. Oh, thank you, Bhakti and Laura. Yes, you can receive a comment and you can receive a question online. So we can also give opportunity for people to ask questions online. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, so if there is no questions or comments, thank you very much. What did he say? He's going to bring a phone? Or? Yeah? Okay. But Bhakti Laura already sent the message, so I see that it's possible. Okay, we will wait for him 1 minute. We have also 1 minute to 8:30. So. Yeah, wonderful verse and purport, and it's something to meditate on and to apply and to discuss and to imbibe and to embrace. It's really, really highly important. And everything is there that we are supposed to do to get free from Maya and then help others. I already got a comment from Bhakti Laura, so it's possible. Thank you for bringing your phone. Okay, so any other comments? Okay, thank you, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.